charge of the old boys to the likes of Kusovic and Patikotio. They're all missing tonight. None of the old cut for the new man in charge. Otto Vidal, Vargas, Sanchez, not even in the squad tonight. Maybe now their time has come and gone as we confirm Alexis Herrera of Venezuela. Marquinhos, in fact, wearing the captain's armband tonight. Earlier information that it may have been Aguilar's with the captain's armband, not so. Suazo of Chile with the honour to lead their side out with the captain's armband for him. Chile certainly revved up the two coaches then. Old of experience. Between the two. Now 66. Scored about 46, but when it comes to trophies and the CV, a gulf between the two. Left here in the Stadio Maracanã. Penultimate round of the South America qualifiers. Chile, rock bottom. Brazil starting in fourth, wanting to close the gap on Argentina, but there's a lot of teams still involved in a tussle for a place in next year's World Cup. Brazil, having qualified, can relax to some extent, but just want to get into gear for the competition next year. A long delivery from Marquinhos. This is Gabriel Martinelli, Arsenal man, leading an early attack. Goes round the long way, wants a corner. Rafinha and Martinelli just winding up the crowd. The Arsenal man making the big leap from Ituano. One of the smaller sides in Brazil, in the smaller leagues, all the way to Arsenal. Rafinha with the delivery. Far post, not a down, and it's turned away by the keeper. First chance then falling to Brazil. He got across sharply. I got the eyes, I think, with the header. It was the Arsenal man. Almost an early breakthrough. Rafinha again on the far side. Towering figure of the Arsenal centre-back as this whizzes in the air. A lot of bend on it. Early pressure from the Brazilians, who have a man down inside the area, Martinelli. Chile, a chance to get it cleared, maybe steady the ship and close down. Relentless pressure from Brazil. Step forward. Esteval has it nicked away. And Chile try to break through, try to get past the halfway line. And with 2 minutes gone, haven't been able to do so, but they get a breather here. Well, Ancelotti just behind the assistant referee. Brazil finally getting their man. Took a while for the CBF, the Brazilian Football Confederation, to secure his services. And Nicolas Cordoba now in charge. The 46-year-old former Colo-Colo man, Union Española, Perugia. A lot of time in Italy. 5 caps for his country. Was caretaker of Chile before stepping into the hot seat. It was Martinelli who went down inside the area. Three minutes gone. All Brazil. Rafinha. Ball out wide. Estevão again, just to swing this one. And Chile have hardly been given a moment here to relax on the ball. Referees well placed. Wesley down and gets the benefit of a doubt. We just clipped by Suaso. Abigaru has already been tested, has already made one stop. Rafinha over the ball. Early pressure from the Brazilians. Maybe with the form he's in, as Martinelli's an option on the right foot. It's going to be Rafinha. Dinks it inside the area. Not a down, and Brazil have an early lead, but the flag is raised on the far side. Casemiro celebrating momentarily. I think he knew that flag was coming. Oh, there's very, very little in it. And they might, and they will, have a good look at this one. It's going to be a marginal decision as ever. And I wonder if this is going to stand. Well, a game of very, very fine margins, and we get an early delay here with a potential goal for Brazil. And maybe a potential offside. This man here on the first replay, it looked like he was level with the line.
نذكر التشكيل لتشيلي اللي يلعب بطريقة 3-4-3 ب 12 فيغورا. قلب دفاع رقم 5 باولو دياز، وعلى يمين رقم 3 ماريبان، على يسار 13 إيفان رومان.
Surely artificial intelligence will sort out before too long. That clip won't help. It's the run he makes. And in the end, it's given offside, but what was it, a toe? If that, and a let-off for Chile. 6.5 minutes gone in the Maracanã. Chile have hardly had a touch as our referee races in.
أراجينا رقم 9
free kick of the night. A little bit of a jostle. Paulo Diaz, experienced player, River Plate. All Brazil so far here in the Maracanã. Chile, damage limitation exercise tonight. Easily picked off by Guimaraes. And Allison will get a touch, maybe a rare touch for the Liverpool keeper, Douglas Santos. Finia's layoff. Martinelli's dropped back very deep as well. A little bit of pressure here from Chile. Marquinhos. Magalhães. Chile certainly have their work cut out here in the Maracanã. Almost 8 minutes gone. The first time that Brazil have been slowed down. But João Pedro, dangerous ball across the area. Can referee well placed. The new Chelsea man looks at the official. I think a terrific run into space. A 50-50 challenge, but it goes Chile's way. João Pedro, who will know this stadium well, started life with Fluminense, Watford came a calling, then Brighton. And then another move in the Premier League. So far, Chile have not been able to string the passes together. Loyola, good footwork from him. Spedia trying to make inroads on this near side. Just a chance for Chile to get a breath or two. Searching ball played out to the far side. Marquinhos had it covered. Casemiro. Good turn from João Pedro. Excellent ball forward, looking for Martinelli. Mazabo stretching. Universidad of Chile, man. Ten gone, and Brazil bossing the possession here in the Maracanã. Casemiro with the ball in the back of the net, but ruled for an offside. Brazil prodding and probing. Guimaraes, the man in support. Rafinha wants to let fly, does so, it's charged down. Chile, well, they had a chance to break, but it's overplayed. No chance for Ben Veriton. Down the flanks. And Wesley dispossessed. Chile trying to dig in. Trying to play themselves out of a little bit of a hold. Alavena goes to ground. Referee says it's a shove. The Chile keeper will want to take as many seconds off the clock as he can. Foot race on that far side. Cepeda was there first, and then dispossessed. Colo man with the run. Chance here for Chile to get bodies forward. There's no real height out there. The real height tonight, it's all with the Brazilians. All nicely dealt with by Brazil. Rafinha's header a little bit wayward. Rafinha tries to recover. Martinelli also there, he goes to ground, clutches the ankle. Referee seen it, plays on. And it's played into space by Guimaraes, but overhit. And now our referee will take a look at Martinelli, who's none the worse for wear. Maybe just trying it on a bit, the Arsenal men. Very, very high boot as well from Rafinha. He got away with that one. $13 gone. Chile surviving one scare. It's trying to take the wind out of the Brazilian sail here in the Maracanã. Got to be careful with balls like that. Our referee, well, there may have been an advantage there for the side of the red shirts. But our man from Venezuela, Alexis Herrera, said no. Now Chile, what can they do here? Cepeda saw the run on the far side. Easily picked off by Wesley. Just signs, maybe, that Chile have settled a bit. The early Brazilian onslaught. And the old adage of surviving the first 15 minutes as a minute to go. I had that scare when the ball was in the back of the net. And Casemiro, though, ruled for offside. Well done. Clever little flick. Flags have stayed down so far. Omazado tries to trick his way past one, and well, in the end, the flag is raised. Let's see. Well, you look down the line, and for me, he's onside, being played onside by Marquinhos. This is why officials were told at least to play on, really, that should have been a corner to Chile. Wesley of Flamengo. 15 minutes are on the clock here in the Maracanã. Esteval tricks his way past one. It's a slalom run, about to pull the trigger, and he goes to ground. Rafinha with a follow-up. Chile again starting to dig in and get the benefit of a doubt. Here's Ben Brereton. Diaz now, Aníbal Diaz, a couple of years ago, born in Stoke. Started life with Nottingham Forest. Rafinha's shot charged down by Paulo César Diaz. And it remains scoreless. $16 gone. No goals here. No goals between Paraguay and Ecuador. Colombia, Bolivia, Uruguay, Peru, Argentina, Venezuela, all the home sides leading by 1-0. And all those matches in the second half now. All kicking off at 8:30 local time. A little bit of a chapelle as Brazil start to turn it on. And Wesley's away on the far side. Can he pick out a yellow shirt? Maybe overhit it. Some confusion inside the area. The appeals for handball waved away by a Venezuelan official who steps in now. Brereton down again. Rafinha in apparent agony, but possibly not. Just starting to turn it on. Wonderful interchange, and Wesley doing well to ride the early challenge. That was the handball appeal. Came off Maripant, but his arm was sort of slapped close to the body. Jean Pedro down, in fact. The runner Jean Pedro inside the area, colliding Martinelli, in fact. Certainly had the wind taken out of his sails. Got a feeling the number 7 is going to be okay, but Richarlison just going through the motions, perhaps. South America World Cup qualifiers at Chelsea. And that's given the thumbs up. Now here's Richarlison back down on the bench. Decent punt forward. And there's a break on here and a foot race as well. And we're still having to get bodies across. Magalhães making sure that Cepeda was going nowhere on that occasion. João Pedro seems okay. All one-way traffic in the first 3, 4, 5 minutes. Brazil having the ball in the back of the net with Casemiro, ruled for offside, but it was marginal. Since then, Chile have been able to work the ball into the final third. João Pedro down, no cards so far. This time a Chelsea man clutching the ankle. Paulo Diaz. Trying those little flicks, Brazil, but again being stopped. Well, it's been in the wars, the Chelsea man. Our referee tonight perhaps has been a little bit generous with the decisions. And an almost packed Maracanã in Rio de Janeiro. That's a good idea. The ball of the top keeper a long way off his line. You got to alert to a danger. And Aravena gets the throw on the far side. Delicious delivery. Keeper knew he had to make the call. Came flying out. 1.94 m, just towering above Rafinha. And the footwork good enough to get away from João Pedro. Just wouldn't run on that occasion for Ben Brereton. Are they looking round immediately now? Estevão, so tricky, so dangerous, so quick feet. Rafinha falls to the number 10. His shot again. Going nowhere. Every time a teenager gets the ball, though, it's electric. Every time Chile get the ball, it doesn't quite work out for the side in red shirts, but scoreless after almost 22 minutes. Chile will be more than happy with that. Marquinhos. Again, Brazil not afraid to try the long ball. Rafinha saw the run on this near side. The loose ball charged down by Gimenez. That's dangerous from Chile, but they will get some more relief by Rafinha, just sticking out a boot and clipping Ormazabo. Plenty of yellow shirts inside the area, plenty of options. Good running off the ball from Douglas Santos. But apart from the early chance from Casemiro, Chile haven't been threatened as this long punt, and he's committed himself in that chance here for Chile to take the lead. And Marquinhos gets across very quickly. Ben Brereton denied. Saw the goal gaping. Is he onside when he makes the run? May have leaned a bit forward. And Allison committed himself. And Marquinhos doesn't get that touch. The former Forest man, not quite with the electric pace, needed to break away. Got a scare there for Brazil. Maybe one too many flicks, not quite working for the side in yellow tonight. Gimenez, a bit of shirt pulling, not spotted by the officials, it was in the end. Yes, blatant from Ivan Roman. Now Brazil starting from deep. Douglas Santos. Hardly a pass has gone astray from the Brazilians, who want to win this one back and may just do so. That's good persistence. Estevao now. Perfect balance. But the pass, as I said, Brazil have hardly put a foot wrong. Slightly off. And Chile again will get themselves another free kick. 25 gone here. May down the content. The referee close to the action though.
ডাবল ট্যাপ করে দেন সবাই।
That's a lot of weight on it from Aravena. Yes. And now Chile trying their own little flicks. Douglas Santos is in the way. No room for Martinelli. Tipedia, no way through so far against Douglas Santos. And Chile have thrown bodies forward. Martinelli, a little behind Gimenez. Wesley, urged forward. Casemiro had the ball in the back of the net very, very early on. And when they do have the ball, she's not afraid to press forward. Aravena, another flag raised. A lot of flags so far tonight. Easy decision. And Gremio man in the south of Brazil. Porto Alegre, a yard or so offside. Guimarães does well. Good cover work from Diaz. Another wrestling match, another free kick, and Rafinha, not one of those players to shield his emotions. Do a lot of complaining to the officials, and by Rafinha's standards, that's fairly subdued. Suasso, the man down, and he will take his time. "28 minutes gone, still scoreless here." Well, frustration just start to creep in for the Brazilians. A wasted punt forward. All the home sides all the home sides apart from Paraguay now leading at home, 0-0 against Ecuador. Uruguay have doubled the lead against Peru. Arrascaeta, who plays for Flamengo on the score sheet, along with Aguirre. Argentina winning, Colombia winning. Brazil scoreless. Ball played over the top, a little tussle, but easy in the end for the Chile keeper, Martinelli. It's down the centre. Omazabal away from Rafinha, but not Casemiro. Well, this one edging towards the half an hour mark. Loyola trying to juggle his way through midfield. Very high boot again from Martinelli. Not catching Loyola, but not far away. Loyola again for Chile. Roman. Figueroa has time to try to steady himself. And that hoofed out of bounds on the far side. Well, he's got to be happy of what he's seen so far. It looked very, very worrying for Nicolas Cordoba early on when Brazil went on a rampage in the first 5 minutes or so. Yet another offside. Again, perhaps debatable. Perhaps that flag was raised a little bit early with a foot in a yellow shirt. Maybe playing on the man from Chile, now academic. Maracanã just a little bit subdued. Brazil moving forward with purpose. Guimarães with the layoff. Casemiro. Again, wonderful first touch and turn. Douglas Santos a little bit more central. Brazil try to jink their way through. way through down the middle. And Chile pump it forward. Esteban will turn. Wesley. Again, the yellow shirts moving forward in great numbers. But can they find a way through? John Cloud can't hang on to it. Good little spell this from the Brazilians. Just trying to peck away at Chile. Trying to find those spaces. Martinelli. Martinelli to the far post. Still trying to pile on the pressure before half time. No flag so far. Until now. Game drifting towards the interval. Chile having faced an early onslaught. Dug in.
High quality issue.
Just over 10 minutes remaining here in the first half in Maracanã. Still scoreless, but Brazil again trying to turn the screw. Still attempt to be patient. Now a chance here. Yellow shirts highly put the can't quite make the connection. Just on the edge of the area, bodies piling forward, tries to pace it, and then lifted over. Wesley is off balance. Decent spell for the Seleção. Just under 10 minutes remaining here in the Maracanã. Chile more than hanging on. Goals flying in elsewhere. In the penultimate round of the South America qualifiers. Looking down the centre. About surely pulled back, and again, little Chapéu sombrero in the centre of the park by the Brazilians. They're certainly turning it up a notch or so in the last couple of minutes.
ঠিক আছে গা manche Kommente haben wir.
What a wonderful stop at the end. Do Brazil get the breakthrough?
Good. Goal na kaya
Esteban claims it. Rafinha charging forward for the Brazilians, who look like now that they've got that breakthrough. Figueroa stretching for a second. It looked like he made a magnificent stop. He started with Douglas Santos and moved forward, ball across the area, and then had it cross the line before the youngster turned it in. Well, that is debatable from that angle. Where will the goal go? Maybe from there. It is the Chelsea man. Goal bound, but he had to make sure. Rafinha and Douglas Santos celebrate. And the frustration for the Brazilians now finally over.
Then how did he be done?
38 on the clock here in the Maracanã. And Brazil finally in front against Chile. Brazil had turned it up and turned it on in the last few minutes. Chile's game plan, whatever that was now, has gone out of the window. They looked fairly settled, the side in the red shirts. Finally being broken by a persistent Brazilian side. Pressure certainly off the set itself. Chile needing to regroup. Again, very clogged halfway through for Clariton. All the home sides, apart from Paraguay, leading the penultimate round of the South America qualifiers. Linking run, Martinelli in space. Tries to trick his way through. Brazil look for a second, but he puts it wide. Persistence. The ball to Martinelli, just saw that. Little bit of a gap. And then perhaps. And now it's Chelsea almost doubling the score. Looking for that well placed. Chile wanting to see this half out without conceding another. Brazil have different ideas. Roman. Oyala. Rafinha was closing in very quickly. Cepeda dropped down a few yards into midfield for Chile. Here he is again. He's allowed to turn and run.
Invítate.
Favours that left foot. Breaks in midfield. May have a pop here. Looks around with number 20. And the finish in the end was lacking. Created that space for himself. A goal just starting to open up. Maybe just that little bit of lack of confidence when he finally pulled the trigger. Chile have been able to break. And that must worry the Brazilians in the centre of the park.
Why ver vale কিছু মানুষ আছে
Drag out an immediate red card, slides down the back heel. That has to be one of the biggest overreactions we've seen from an official for a very long time. He's saying they went down the back of the leg. Was there any malice intended? It's a question of interpretation. Messi certainly felt it, there's no doubt about it. Contact was there. To say that in most situations that card would have been
সাধারণ ইমেল স্যার কত কমাইতা এইটি তো দিলাম না
yellow, but our referee's seen it as something very different, and the first card of the night is a red. Certainly at the moment, if it goes across to the monitor, he may just change his mind. And that's where he's heading. Getting some abuse from the Brazilians. It's going to be a tough card if it is a red. Eyes on Alexis Herrera of Venezuela. Surely not a red. He's made his mind up quickly. Let's see what he's going to decide. Yeah, that is certainly the right decision. And is a brave enough official to admit he's made a mistake. I was going to say, Marapan is lucky man, but not really. It was a yellow card, never a red in a million years, and the right decision has been made. front. There's certainly no malice. There's the clean just there. For the Flamengo player. The man from Torino lives to fight another day. 3 minutes have been added on. A lot of it for that incident and for the goal in the earlier offside. The 3 minutes have come and gone, maybe an extra minute from our official. We shall see this one plonked inside the area. Like Maripan with the clearing header. That from Douglas Sanchez. Casemiro. Magalhaes in support. Very few corners tonight. But it's a chance for the big Arsenal now to get inside the area when Brazil did have a corner early on. Casemiro found the back of the net. A number of corners from this man, Rafinha. The 3 have been extended. Chance for Brazil to get the big guns forward. Cause more problems inside the area. Casemiro wins it again. Towering jump. The ball though ballooning into the stands. Become 5 perhaps. Going to try to break now. This is going to be interesting. A card is yellow for Casemiro. Three racing across. Did Chile have time to take it? Well, there is what happens. It's Wesley makes the challenge. Free kick perhaps given for that, then Casemiro looking not where his right foot is. Certainly Loyola on the receiving end of that one. Not a stamp. Just a bit clumsy from the Manchester United man. And still we play on. Brazil ahead against Chile, leading here by 1 goal to 0. Esteban. Chelsea now on the score sheet. Independiente in Argentina still down. An opportunity for Chile. What has become a very extended end to the first half. something here to test the Brazilians. Oh, this angle inside the area, they can! And Alisson turns it away. Yet another flag. Very good delivery, and the man who, well, the late run in the end from Diaz. Certainly a flag up against Maripan. It was Diaz onside when he made that late run. Alisson stretching. First real with election. This man, he was offside. Couldn't touch the ball. Referee will bring the first half to an end after a scare for Brazil right at the death. Brazil then leading by 1-0 against Chile. Is the man on the score sheet.
التالي سيأخذ الوصافة.
كومنت.
الكرة سيسدد يوسف أو ديرماني. يوسف
السوبر السعودي للسيدات على SSC.
everyone from Arlo White in the Live Broadcast studio, and welcome to highlights of Super Saturday at Chatham Hills. This is Live Golf Indianapolis. Now, Andy Ogletree is now 18 holes away from avoiding relegation after a second round 65. The highlight, this eagle at 13. He's tied 12, and that would be enough. Henrik Stenson should avoid the drop as well. He's way up to 39th in the standings after a 64 today, but his teammates Ian Poulter and Lee Westwood have 18 holes to save themselves on Sunday. John Rahm could yet defend his Live Golf League title. He birdied 5 of his last 8 holes to get to 11 under. He trails league leader Warko Niemann by just a shot after Niemann's second round 66 today. So it's all to play for on the final day for the Live Golf League title. Warko Niemann is the favourite. Well, after his 59 yesterday, at one stage today, Sebastian Munoz led by 7 shots. He birdied 6 of his opening 7, which was a run of 19 birdies in 21 holes, but he slumped late on in his round, and after this tee shot went out of bounds at 18, he ended with a double bogey. So he now shares the lead on 16 under with a resurgent Dustin Johnson. He parred his opening 5 holes today, but then started motoring. That was his second at 6 that led to his first birdie. This is his second at the par 4 10th. Another birdie for DJ, seeking a first win of the season. Then a birdie at the 12th. He also birdied 13 and 16 for a second round of 64. You will not want to miss Championship Indianapolis.
يوحد القارة نحو المجد العالمي. الطريق إلى كأس العالم. التصفيات الأفريقية المؤهلة لكأس العالم 2026 مباشرة على SSC.
China was very Chinese as well. ভাই সবাই খেলা শুরু হয়ে যাবে, এখানে খেলা শুরু হয়ে যাবে, সবাই দেখেন, সবাই চলে আসে আমার সবাই সাবস্ক্রাইব অ্যান্ড স্ক্রিন ডাবলটা করে লাইক করে দাও। আর্জেন্টিনা জিতে গেছে 3 গোলে, সবাই জানেন। আজকে তো বাজে মারবে না, জিতবে আর্জেন্টিনা দেখলে জিতবে।
Welcome back as we await the restart here between Brazil and Chile. The Brazilians leading by 1-0. Let's give out the player on the score sheet for the Brazilians. Chile have certainly had the moments. And the onslaught, at least for now, hasn't quite happened. Making the one-handed stop, but a whistle had come for offside. A number of offsides in tonight's match. Well, we go then. Brazil in their traditional yellow shirts, blue shorts tonight. Chile, as this was, sails wide of a target. It's about the man of the moment. Onside Chelsea teammate Don Pedro. Casemiro header. Seemed a long time ago since the Manchester United man had the ball in the back of the net. How will these two sides respond in the second period? Chile head back. First 5 minutes of the first half. Tried to make a game of it, thwarting the Brazilians. For a large period in that first half was Guimarães. Right, one chance here, pulls it wide. Brazil looking for a second. Martinelli can't pick out the yellow shirt. Nicely done by Guimarães. Didn't have the space to take a pop himself. Changes from either side at the beginning of the second period. The one from Douglas Santos, which led to the Brazil goal. Again, combining with Rafinha. And again, another stoppage. Goals are actually flying in all but one of the matches played earlier tonight. Three sides scoring 3 at home. Colombia, Uruguay and Argentina. Bolivia, Ecuador, as Alisson thought about the early ball forwards. Just look with a long punt. Ecuador and Venezuela losing as Brazil break in midfield. Swung over the top. Pedro keeps it in play. It just bounces off the outstretched right boot. So Colombia, Uruguay and Argentina all winning by 3-0. Scoreless between the Paraguay and Ecuador match. Can Brazil follow suit this evening? And Masalo, short from him. Everton paid him a charge, tries to pull it back. Momentarily interesting for Chile. Suazo, maybe a slightly more positive approach from the side in red at the start of the second period. They had found ways through. A remarkably weak midfield Chile get the first corner of the night. Chile, though, lacking any natural height. Goes short. That's where the ball's been drilled across the air and balloons. Just on the D. Marquinhos who made the challenge. Defender, it looks like it's the man on the turf. But a nice idea from Chile. Now Chile clip his man. Well, it does. And it's more than a clip. Minutes into the second half. No flag on this occasion. Maybe Chile playing a higher line right at the beginning of the second period. Pedro Esquivel appeals to the referee. Well, Argentina then 38 points. Both players with their feet high. Argentina 38, Brazil at the moment 28, Uruguay 27, Ecuador 26, Colombia, Paraguay both on 25, Venezuela now in the 7th slot on 18, Bolivia on 17. So that one's set to go to the wire. 6 qualify automatically, 7th place is the playoff position. As ever, there to pick up the pieces for the Brazilians. Everyone back in a red shirt. Missed by Casemiro. Again does well. Kicks out Brereton. There's the layoff. Pizarro, we didn't really see a great deal from the number 6. Loses it in midfield. Rafinha dropped back over Santos. Brazil with the noses in front can afford to be a little bit more patient as the Santos picks it up on the far side. Santos once again. Play off behind Casemiro. Pedro goes down on the edge of a D. Once again turns to the officials, nothing doing. Martinelli. Ball once again with Douglas Santos. Martinelli had made the move, not used. Brazil prodding and probing. This is Martinelli into the keeper. Wonderful ball forward. again, patience from Brazil. Martinelli left unmarked. Chances to 1 in the first half, the 14 for the side in yellow. Rafinha. American with a nod down, Martinelli. Brazil once again making Chile work. Wesley forced to change. That way through for the Flamengo player again. Brazil just toying Chile, hanging onto the ball, just trying to drag the red shirts out of position. Brazil can afford to do that. Now they've got their team in front. Chile wanted to break. Races on down this near side, but it's slightly overhit the captain. Not able to get there in time. Chile have found ways through in midfield. A slightly more adventurous approach in the second period may find spaces, may pay dividends. Now though, Chile will have to defend. It's mostly down that left-hand flank. Very little from Wesley attacking down the right. Mostly now with Douglas Santos. Ancelotti, so far, so good for him. The goals, though, haven't exactly flowed for Brazil. They keep producing narrow wins. Almost giving it away a little bit too cheaply. Chile, when they do have the ball, a bit more direct. It's a wonderful turn on the far side. A bit sloppy to get it into the middle, but Chile retain possession. They've been quicker, more direct when they've had the ball. Find a way through on that occasion. Cesar, wonderful ball out to the right-hand side. To spell.
Solo look at this.
From Chile, but a little knock on its way in makes it easy for Allison. Brazil again trying to dictate the rhythm and the pace here in the Maracanã. Joy for Wesley. Tracking back from Brereton. Ball is out. First change of the match comes from the away side, Tapia. Replacing Ben Brereton. Ben Burton Diaz to give him his full title. No movement so far on the Brazil bench. Guimarães as it's taken away just on the edge of the area. Quickly won back though by the Brazilians. Estevão. Guimarães in space. Nice balance from the number 8. Again, the yellow shirts finding on Casemiro, who sees it charged down. Over Santos balloons it into the stand. Good running off the ball. Wonderful balance from the Newcastle man. And over Santos rather snatching at the opportunity. Still, it remains 1-0 to Brazil. Estevão. Chelsea man on the score sheet. Brazil again making Chile work. See the lines of red shirts. Chile just trying to hold the positions. Guimarães. Chile quickly back in formation. Marquinhos nowhere to go on that occasion. They have found space. They try those little runoffs. Martinelli's down the channel on that occasion. Still a problem for Chile, letting the yellow shirts run and find those little pockets of areas to move into. .61.5 gone. You wonder when Ancelotti might just think about resorting to his bench. There's a lot of talent to choose from. Well taken. Aravena in the end works it out to Tapia. Zabo. Over Sanchez to pick up the pieces. Given away. The intensity perhaps just missing from the Brazil performance in the second period. Sitting on that 1-goal lead. Wonderful little jink. Cepeda caught the eye tonight. First change being prepared by Brazil. Perhaps one of them. Not going nowhere on that occasion. Louisa Hiki, maybe. In fact, set to come on. Andre Santos, another. Nice, just about getting that one away. Pressure from Chile. still believe they can get something from this tie here, the Maracana. Chile playing for pride, not wanting to finish bottom of the table. Now just keeping the ball away from the Brazilians. Making the side in yellow chase the ball. It goes down, grabs it, forces our referee to take action. And Brazil will make their first changes. Esteban, a goal scorer. Luis Enrique wants of Botafogo. And the Santos are the replacements. Well, it's a long way off his goal line. Again, unhurried. Brazil haven't really got going in the second period. Esteban's goal in the 38th minute, still the difference. The players who come off the bench, both with Rio de Janeiro connections. Luis Enrique, as I said, formerly of Botafogo, as Martinelli steams forward, wants to Vituano. Luis Enrique on his so-called weaker right, unable to control it. And his centres wants of Vasco da Gama. The game has just lost its way as far as the Brazilians are concerned. Almost adult, stabs it forward. Goes for the return. It's not going to go in his way. Malika. Congested down the centre. Well, there is space down the right-hand channel. Tapia. Only changed so far from Chile. He's got a long time here to drill his ball inside the area. But in the end, straight at Alisson. But once again, big gaps in the centre of the park as far as Brazil are concerned. No way through. And Magalhães makes up for what was a fairly tame ball forward. Jordi on his feet. Maybe double swap from Ancelotti. Chile have possession. Lucas Paquetá. So perhaps ready. Have caused problems in these set pieces. Chile want to do so again. Can they stay outside? That is the big question. Loftus into the Rio de Janeiro night sky. Brazil will make that double swap. Pedro, for them to go off. Nelly, the other. Another player who spent a lot of time in Rio de Janeiro with Flamengo before moving to AC Milan and Lyon, and finally West Ham. Away from one. Can he pull the trigger again? Fine balance from Luis Enrique, and that's going to be number two. Once again, a header right on the line, and Paquetá, who's just come off the bench, celebrates as he did many times for Flamengo in the Maracanã. Fine work from Luis Enrique. Wrap this one up in the Maracanã. Brazil picking their way through the middle. And again, fairly lengthy delay. There is the answer. The impact from two substitutes. Chile though just a little bit shoddy at the back defending, allowing Paquetá to race it. The second half, which hasn't really been vintage Brazil, playing well within themselves. And now over the two-goal cushion, might just see a little bit more Angelo Sanchez making the most of the challenge. Yet another player out there belonging to Chelsea. Hangs it in the air. And Pakistan evading both keeper and two defenders. Nice to curl this one forward again. This is the real issue for Chile. No height out there. Finding it hard to defend those aerial moves. Santos is not the biggest of players on the end of that one. Now that's a gift to Luis Enrique. There's the dummy. Luis Enrique tries to pick his way through. Now did it cross the line first before Guimaraes claims it? Luis Enrique will want it. I've got a feeling it's going to go to the number 8. Suddenly the floodgates have opened here in the Malaga now. Luis Enrique certainly doing all the hard work. That's a dangerous ball across the area. Back it down with the dummy. Well, it's off the inside, the underside of the crossbar on his right foot. That's the Pakistan goal, no doubt about it. Fell very nicely. Given a nice goal rather. Nicely for the number 8. Who really couldn't miss. And Brazil making it look a lot more respectable. Chile set to make a lot of changes, but the damage has already been done. Brazil then leading here by 3 goals to 0. Following just about every home side in this round of South America playoffs. Zambia quite took his way through. Charlton set to come on. Desperate to get amongst the goals. As he makes way. Brazil starting from deep. Straight from Pakistan. Tries to win it back in the middle of the park and does so. Luis Enrique again goes one way than the other. Ball surely across the line. Luis Enrique, burst of pace, showing his flexibility. Couldn't quite keep that one in play. Man who joined Zenit, disappointing many that he's made that decision. Didn't quite work out the move from Botafogo to Betis. but lots of talent, as we've seen so far from one of the Brazil subs. Again, Brazil comfortable, keeping that ball away from the red shirts of Chile. And there is Enrique again to tease the backline. Paquetá actually is available, not used on that occasion.
Combination like complicated.
Goals have absolutely flown in tonight in the South America World Cup qualifiers. Four of the home sides have scored 3. None of the away teams have scored. Paraguay, Ecuador, the only scoreless match. Time ticking away here in the Maracanã. Miscontrol from the captain. It's not what Chile wanted at this stage. Trying to trick his way out away from Wesley, was unable to do so. The man who thought he'd been sent off at the end of the first half, back on his feet. Maripan, Casemiro, the only players still to have been booked tonight. Chances created by the Brazilians, 3 for Chile, but this could be promising, at least momentarily, if they can pick up the pieces on the far side. Trying to find a little bit of space, settles to the throw-in. Through almost a nutmeg. Sanchez trying to set Brazil on the way. Maybe has done. Well, it's on target in the end. Maybe a bit ambitious. Georgie. A lot of promise. Very early on at Sanchez. Now, Brazil's Cruzeiro. Once again in the spotlight. Brazil in very quickly to pick up those loose balls. Nice. A little bit loose, but Brazil retaining possession. Wesley trying to make the overlap, trying to pull away a defender for Luis Enrique. Tons of space down the left. Brazil though preferring to keep hold of the ball near the Maracanã against Chile. There's a lot of options forward for Brazil. Richarlison tries to stab it forward. Brazil again with so many options. Hammered into the stands. Olasaba away from the Tottenham man. Ghana player brought up in Rio de Janeiro at Fluminense. Just said how many are in the Maracanã. Confirmation of that when we can. Chile trying to break down the centre. Tapia changed position since coming off the bench. Less than 4 minutes of normal time to play here. And as expected, Brazil to take the 3 points. Chile, rock bottom of the table. Not where they want to be. Balls from Gutierrez, one of the... Rise again. It's underneath it. Pakistan. Luis Enrique trying to trick his way out and does so. One forward. Not quite pick out the front rows. I like that Richarlison was lurking. Richarlison again. Willing to attack. Reels it across the area. That's a settle for the throw-in. Just over 57,000 here tonight for this Brazil-Chile encounter. Well short of capacity, but not a bad turnout. Marquinhos with time and space. Wesley. Almost gave it away. Brazil again controlling the tempo here, the Maracanã. Done enough tonight to ensure that they are second as things stand. But it remains very tight below Argentina, the leaders of the South America group. More defending for Chile to do. Into the final minute of normal time. Marquinhos. Always a danger when Luis Enrique has the ball, goes round the long way. Favoured left foot again. Luis Enrique determined to make an impact tonight after coming off the bench. Rounds the Chile captain with ease. Has to settle for another corner. Paquetá to send this in the area. Brazil have been effective in the air tonight. So on that occasion, the 90 has come and gone. 3 minutes perhaps just about right here. And still on walkabout.
সবাই কিনে ডাবল ট্যাপ করেন। নেক্সট ভিডিও দেখতে হলো 10 তারিখ সকাল 6টা 5টার সময় রেডি থাকবেন। 5:30
So again, adept keeping the ball away from the red shirts. LA's perhaps starting just a little bit late.
to the channel.
I guess decide to rock bottom of the table. Still heading for another clean sheet, but they can give it away in midfield. Chile desperate to burst forward. Goal here in America would be a morale boost, nothing else.
তাড়াতাড়ি 15 লাইক কমপ্লিট করবেন। 30 লাইক লাগবে 15 লাইক কমপ্লিট করবেন। আর
Here goes to ground. The challenge of his size. Side in red, force of consolation. Certainly a lot to aim for inside the area. Hammered into the hero night sight by Wesley. Garu. Straight downfield. As we are well and truly into the final minute. So the Leonardo, eliminated, quite literally, Chile out. Nowhere near qualifying this year for the World Cup. Very poor performance from the side in red overall. Now building. Not the next World Cup, but the following one. As the 3 minutes have come and gone, and our referee, bang on cue, brings this game to an end. Brazil then seeing off Chile in the end, fairly comfortably. 3 goals in El Heat in American Esteval. Lucas Paquetá, moments after coming off the bench, and Bruno Guimaraes, all on the score sheet for the home side. Chile and remain. Brazil move into second. Brazil 3, Chile 0.